So Vidal, what are your thoughts on the legalization of marijuana?
I think it should be legalized.
Why?
Well, it's pretty simple actually. You see, you know how alcohol actually came to be legalized in the first place? Well, it wasn't legal, so then people started actually smuggling it. And however, it was very profitable. So eventually, people, the government, or whatever the fuck, came to the realization that if they actually legalized it, they could actually make giant nets of profit off of it. Thus came the illicit drugs, like alcohol, tobacco, and other things like that. What happens is, the irony of all this is that marijuana is actually less of a health hazard than our current illicit drugs.
I believe that legalization of marijuana marijuana should not be legal because I think that it has too much influence on young people that don't particularly know enough about it. So that's why I think it should be illegal. However, I do understand that the money that comes from will either come to the government that they're selling it, or it will come to illegal, like people that are just selling it illegally. And I would much rather have people in the government that I trust have the money, not those illegal people. However, because of the influence they have on younger people and how much it can lead to teens doing other drugs, I cannot say that I'm in favor of the legalization.
Well, I guess the legalization of marijuana could help the country since even being prohibited, many people consume, and the legalization could make the government, could help the government to control.
So I think that everyone should have the right to make their own choices, and therefore I believe that under strict control and supervision, marijuana should be legalized. Because different people have different purposes and different uses for it. But just honestly, I think that if it's regulated, I see no problem in it being legal. And my main argument is considering that tobacco, which is sometimes an even worse drug, is completely legalized for anyone to buy over 18. I see no reason for marijuana to be illegal.
So, mister, what are your thoughts about the legalization of marijuana?
My thoughts. Well, first I have a personal opinion about drugs, and but that doesn't matter. Doesn't mix with the issue of legalization of marijuana. What aspects we need to think about when we address this issue is what will the legalization of marijuana bring to our society? Is our society ready for that? And the problem is, part of the society is ready for that, part of the society is not ready for that. It's hard to start small, to experiment with strategies like promoting the legalization, the process of legalization. It's hard to start small in our country. So maybe we have to look at examples from other countries before we do anything.
Do you think using marijuana can lead to other drugs?
To other drugs? That's a complicated question, to be fair. Because you see, addiction is something very complicated. Humans can get easily addicted to pretty much anything. And whether that actually leads to other drugs or, well, it's entirely up to the person, really.
And I think that when you start marijuana, everyone acts all cool about it, and so it's okay, just marijuana. I think that the same way of approaching it will happen to other drugs that are much more severe, like cocaine, heroin, or this kind of drugs.
Yes, I think it can, but it's not like a general idea. I think that other drugs can be in certain people's lives by other means.
I think using marijuana can lead to other drugs the same way that using tobacco or alcohol can lead to other drugs. Therefore, I think that either you make all of them illegal or you make just all of them legal. So.
Depends on the person. So yes and no.
Do you know any of the other names for marijuana?
Oh, of course I do.
Oh yeah.
Kush, Nuggets, Greenie, Barney. I think I also heard Blueberry once, but I'm not entirely sure.
In Portuguese, maconha.
That's the
Yeah,
only
that's the only one.
Cannabis, weed, pot, baseado.
Yeah. Dope, Mary Jane,
In French, okay.
yeah, bullshit, do it. There's a lot. I know every language.
Are you aware that weed can peel points off of your IQ, like when you're using it?
You see, IQ actually measures your logical reasoning. Logical reasoning, through testing, has proven that it's not a very good factor for you to predict life success, personal success, and especially career success. Let's suppose even if it does take points of your IQ, so to say, it's not a big game changer.
Yeah, I think that each person should be responsible for what they do. So if you see that marijuana is making like having a bad existence in your life, you should stop.
Yes, but alcohol does kill neurons just like marijuana, so if there's a drug that does the same thing as it and is legal, there's no reason for it to be legal.
Yeah, I know that, but cigarettes kill. Marijuana don't.
Did you know that marijuana can kill cancer cells?
Well, I do know that it can cure cancer cells, but I think that there's much more other substances that can do the same thing. And I understand if you use it for medical reasons, but I think that you should choose other substances. It's fine if you use it for medical reasons, the government should give you authorization for that. But I don't think that that should be reasons one should buy weed for no, like without anyone saying, no, you can't.
And did you know that dope is less addictive than coffee?
Well, yeah, it's true that marijuana is not as addictive as other drugs, and that's not the major concern about marijuana. But however, because of I think the influence, I think it's a very important thing, and because it actually kills some brain cells, I think it should stay away.
This is the protocol. Go well, I'm blowing the smoke out.